Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we have this Infiniti QX60 and we're going to do the taillight tint installation for this vehicle. So as you can see, this is how taillight looks before doing the installation, and this is how it looks after the installation. So the tint has PPF properties, which means it will protect the lenses from yellowing over time, as well as protect it from any small scratches or any road debris that may hit the lens. Link for the product will be provided below, but with that being said, let's get started with the installation video. These are the tools you need for the installation. So before we start with the installation, we need to make sure we prep the taillight. So all we need is baby shampoo and water mixed together in a spray bottle. Once you have your solution, spray it onto the taillight, and with a clean microfiber towel, make sure to remove any contaminants that the taillight may have. Okay, so we're going to start with the piece that covers this section of the taillight. So just apply slip solution to the lens and slip solution to the adhesive side of the film. And when you're doing the installation for this one, always start from this end of the taillight first. You will notice that there is a curve around this area here, and the film might have these fingers here. Before we tackle this section here, we need to secure the tint on this section here. So to help it tack down here, just apply tack solution underneath the film. Make sure to keep it aligned. Hold it in position. Spray tack solution in the front. Grab your squeegee and tack it down to secure it. That way it doesn't lift while we're working our way to the other end. And also make sure when you're doing this step here to remove all of the bubbles that are underneath this section. If the film is still lifting, to help it tack down, just apply a little bit of heat. So grab your heat gun or hair dryer and apply heat. Use the low setting when you're applying heat around this area. Make sure you're spreading the heat evenly, and then just carefully place your finger and help it tack down. And it should stay onto the taillight lens here. And now that this is secured, just work your way little by little to this end here. Make sure that everything stays aligned to the design here. So carefully just squeegee going upward. If you need to remove any fingers, you can. You just lift the film carefully and just apply slip solution. That way you're able to move the film freely. So just peel it up to where we tacked it down, so roughly around here. Okay. And just with your hand, hold the film on one side, and with the other hand, just help it tack down to the curve. And then with your squeegee, finish off the job. And you can apply tack solution around this area to help it tack down, and with a little bit of heat. Apply tack solution, apply heat. Low setting is fine. And this is just so we could make sure this whole area here stays tacked down and it doesn't lift over time. And then once we apply heat, just use your squeegee to secure it. Remove all the bubbles. And before we move on to the next piece, we need to make sure we seal this whole top edge of the tint, because the other tint will overlap with this one. So we need to make sure this stays sealed, that way it doesn't lift the tint over time. So to seal this whole top section, so apply tack solution. Use the low setting for this part. Apply heat evenly throughout the top section. And then with your microfiber towel, all we're doing is just pushing the film up, holding it in position for about 5 seconds or so, and just helping it seal. And the reason why we're going upward is so just in case there is any solution here, we remove it and the towel will help us absorb the solution, and that way it stays dry here. So just continue this step. Apply heat, apply just a little bit of pressure with your microfiber towel, and you should be good. And then to double check and see if you sealed the top, you can use your finger to double check and see. If your finger is not catching the film, that means you did a good job on sealing the top section, and then we can move on with the next piece here. So for the top piece, it's the same steps as how we did it with the bottom. Apply slip solution to the lens and to the adhesive side of the film, and start by aligning it on this section here as well. With this one, just align it and overlap it just a little bit with this one. So right here, this body line, use that in order to align the film. Make sure it stays aligned here, and the line on top here. Okay, now to secure it, just lift the film, apply tack solution, make sure to stay aligned, hold it in position, and with your squeegee tacking down. So it's very important to always seal this bottom piece first, because since the film does overlap, we don't want the films to lift over time. Okay, double check and see if the film stayed secure. If it's not moving, you should be good. If you're having trouble tacking down on the cold weather and the film's not tacking down, just apply a little bit of heat. That way that adhesive on the film dries up faster. So you would just apply heat, low setting. And it should stay secured. And now we move on to stretching the film to this end. You're going to need to lift this side here, just in case it did get dry, and apply slip solution. That way we're able to move the film around and stretch it to this end here. So with this one, make sure you're stretching it, the edge of the film, to the edge of the tail light, and also down here as well. So you're going two directions at once. So stretching it, going this way and then going down. That way the film has full coverage on the bottom and on the side here, and you don't have to worry about any fingers coming out of the film. So once you stretch the film, apply tack solution on top. Make sure you're holding the film in position. Try to keep it in the same position that we had it, that way it doesn't move. Grab your squeegee and start securing the film. With this part right here on the curve, make sure you remove all the solution. That way we don't leave any bubbles right here in this curve here. And be careful around this side here, since it is a small bump here and it's a pretty deep curve here. Just take your time tacking it down. And now all we need to do is apply heat to seal this whole section here, and then we'll worry about the top right now on this side here. Just make sure this stays lifted. So to seal this bottom section here, same steps, apply tack solution, a little bit of heat, so use the low setting for this part. And as you're applying heat, we're going to use our microfiber towel to help it start forming to the edge here. So just slowly tack it down. If you're noticing the film is starting to finger here, just slowly apply pressure. That way it starts forming here, and then bring the fingers to this end. That way we're able to wrap it around here, just like that. It's just taking your time getting the hang around this area here, since it is because of this curve. So we need to stretch the film just a little bit to this end. Be careful not to burn your finger as you're doing this step. Apply heat, then apply tack solution, and hold it in position. If you try using your squeegee, you can just carefully help it tack down around here to remove the finger and any solution that's underneath the film. And then make sure this area is tacked down. And now we need to seal this bottom edge here, that way it doesn't lift over time as well. So apply heat, use your microfiber towel to seal it, and there should go. Now we move on to the top piece. So with this one, just apply tack solution on top, apply a little bit of heat to seal the top edge here, and we're going to work from this end and work away that way. So make sure you're squeegeeing at an angle, that way you don't crease the film. If you need to lift this here, you can, but just make sure you're taking your time squeegeeing the film. And then just keep applying heat just to help the film tack down here. You could wrap your microfiber towel on your squeegee as well to help it tack down, and hold it for a couple seconds on the edge here. So maybe like 5 seconds or so. Okay, so for the last piece, just apply slip solution to the lens and Slip Solution to the adhesive side of the film. And with this one, align it on this side first. So make sure everything follows the design here. And it goes up to this top edge here. So you're going to notice this outline here. That's where the film stops, right around there. So make sure everything stays aligned. And let's secure section by section here because of the curved design here. It's different from this flat surface here. So apply tack solution underneath and on top of the film. So we need to make sure we apply tack solution in order for the squeegee to glide without catching the film. So secure this section here and then slowly secure the bottom. So take your time with this part, we don't want to crease the film. And if it's lifting here, like how we did it here, just apply tack solution and heat. But make sure you bring all the solution down, that way there's nothing staying stuck in this section here. We don't want no bubbles left over. And once this is secured, we need to stretch the film just a little bit in order for this piece to reach to this edge. So to stretch, just apply pressure from here, stretch it until we reach it here, hold it in position, apply tack solution on top, and if you can, underneath the film from here. That way the adhesive starts to activate. Hold it and start from here and tack it down. Secure the top slowly. We'll seal it afterwards. This is just more so we could remove all the solution around this body line here. And now work your way to the bottom. Remove all of the solution. And just to help it secure around this curved area here, we're going to apply a little bit of tack solution and a little bit of heat. That way it stays tacked down here and on this area here, since there is a curve here. But before we seal these two edges, make sure there's no solution underneath. That way there's no bubbles left over after the installation. Tack solution, and apply heat and microfiber towel to apply pressure. Okay, and now don't forget to seal the top edge here. To seal it, apply tack solution, a little bit of heat. Spread the heat evenly throughout the entire section, the top section of the tint here. Once you apply heat, just grab your microfiber towel and your squeegee, wrap it around. And the same steps as how we did it for the top section for this side here, you repeat it here. Okay, so the last thing to do once you finish with the entire installation is to pulse heat the entire tint. So just apply tack solution to the entire tail light, and you can use a hair dryer or a heat gun, and just make sure you use the low setting for this one. If you do use the high setting, just make sure not to get too close to the film, that way we don't accidentally burn the film. So you can use it, but we recommend just taking your time with the low setting, just in case to prevent burning the film. And as you're applying heat evenly throughout the entire tail light, we're going to use a microfiber towel just to help secure and remove any solution that may be trapped around the edges of the film. So take your time doing this step, applying heat, and just helping tack down the film with your microfiber towel, and you should be good. So that concludes the installation video for the Taillight tints for the Infiniti QX60. We hope that the video helped you guys out with the installation. Don't forget to drop a like on the video, make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell. That way you don't miss any of our upcoming installation videos. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.